Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today. We're looking forward to learning more about your experience and approach as an elevator mechanic. Your technical know-how, safety awareness, and hands-on abilities will be key in this position. In this interview, we'll explore your background, problem-solving skills, and how you approach the daily challenges that come with elevator maintenance and repair. Let's begin. 1. Can you describe your experience working with elevator systems and what got you interested in this career? A career in elevator mechanics often begins with a curiosity about how things work. Can you tell us about your journey into this profession? We'd like to hear how you first became interested in elevators and what motivated you to pursue a role in this field. Share some of your early experiences, whether it was during an apprenticeship, technical school, or a related trade. What challenges did you face when starting out, and how did you overcome them? Highlight any specific types of elevators, hydraulic, traction, or machine roomless you've worked on and how your responsibilities evolved over time. Employers value individuals who not only know the technical aspects but also show enthusiasm and dedication to continued learning. Have you worked on residential units, commercial systems, or high-rise installations? This is a great opportunity to showcase your versatility and commitment. Finally, what aspects of the job do you find most fulfilling? Whether it's solving complex mechanical problems, ensuring passenger safety, or working in a field that combines electrical, mechanical, and computer-based systems, help us understand what drives your passion and how your experience has shaped your professional development. I've worked on both hydraulic and traction systems, starting with a union apprenticeship. My interest came from hands-on mechanical work, and elevators fascinated me for their precision and complexity. I started assisting with routine maintenance and slowly moved to troubleshooting and full installations. I've worked in both residential and commercial spaces, focusing on regular servicing, repairs, and modernization. I enjoy solving malfunctions and making equipment safe and efficient. Staying updated with codes and technology keeps my work exciting. 2. What is your approach to diagnosing and repairing malfunctions in elevator systems? When elevators experience malfunctions, time is of the essence. Explain how you approach identifying and resolving elevator issues. Walk us through the initial steps you take when you're called to investigate a breakdown or service call. Do you rely on diagnostic software, hands-on inspection, or both? How do you determine whether the issue is electrical, mechanical, or software-related? Employers look for elevator mechanics who can think critically and solve problems quickly, while also maintaining compliance with safety standards. Talk about how you use schematics or wiring diagrams, and how you collaborate with other team members when necessary. Do you carry a standard troubleshooting checklist or prioritize based on the nature of the issue? Also, explain how you minimize system downtime during the repair process. Being thorough and efficient is a hallmark of a skilled mechanic. Include an example of a time when your methodical approach prevented a larger issue or helped restore service faster than expected. Lastly, how do you communicate the problem and solution to building management or clients who may not understand technical language? Clarity in communication is just as important as technical skill, especially when safety and building operations are involved. I always start by talking to anyone who witnessed the issue, then I inspect control panels, wiring, or mechanical parts. I use tools like diagnostic software and multimeters to pinpoint problems. If it's a mechanical fault like a jammed door, I inspect the drive and linkage. For electrical faults, I follow schematics to trace wiring or relay issues. I fix the issue safely and clearly explain the problem to the client or supervisor. 3. How do you ensure compliance with safety standards and building codes while performing maintenance or installations? Elevator systems must meet strict safety regulations and code requirements. Tell us how you stay informed about local, state, and federal codes, as well as changes from organizations like ASME or OSHA. What role do you play in ensuring that every maintenance task or installation is fully compliant with these guidelines? Discuss how you incorporate safety procedures into your daily workflow. For instance, how do you lock out and tag out systems before servicing? How do you ensure your personal protective equipment is used properly? Share examples of how your attention to safety has prevented an incident or helped your team avoid fines or project delays. Do you attend safety meetings or certifications regularly to stay current? Do you double-check your work or use a checklist to verify compliance? Technicians who understand the value of compliance not only protect themselves, but also the building's occupants and the company's reputation. If you've ever been involved in a code inspection or audit, tell us how you prepared and what the outcome was. Your approach to compliance reflects your professionalism and integrity, especially in a field where lives may depend on properly functioning equipment. I follow ASMEA 17.1 and local codes strictly. I always shut down the system and use lockout-tagout procedures before starting any work. I wear PPE and check that all tools are safe. I review code updates regularly and attend safety briefings. If there's a code inspection, I prepare full documentation. I once corrected a small wiring issue during a check that could have caused a safety fail. Staying compliant is part of every task I do. 4. What steps do you take during a routine elevator maintenance check? Routine maintenance is essential for elevator longevity and performance. Describe what your standard maintenance checklist looks like when servicing an elevator. Do you begin with a visual inspection? And if so, what components do you examine? How do you check for wear and tear on mechanical parts like sheaves, cables, or bearings? Do you conduct performance tests or calibrate control systems? Share how you inspect safety features such as brakes, door sensors, alarms, and emergency lighting. How often do you lubricate moving parts? And do you use specific tools or equipment for certain tasks? Talk about how you ensure minimal disruption to building tenants during maintenance. It's also useful to explain how you document your work. Do you use digital tools or paper logs? What's your process for flagging future issues or recommending upgrades? A detailed and consistent maintenance routine helps prevent unexpected breakdowns and extends the life of elevator systems. Highlight any preventive maintenance techniques you use to avoid costly repairs down the line. Your approach should show that you're thorough, dependable, and safety-focused in every maintenance job you handle. My routine starts with a visual inspection of the shaft, doors, cables, and machine room. I test emergency features like brakes and alarms. I clean control panels and lubricate moving parts using recommended products. I run the elevator to check ride quality and level accuracy. I record every step in our digital log system. I alert the client about potential future issues, like signs of wear. Good maintenance avoids breakdowns and keeps everything running safely. 5. How do you handle emergency repairs, especially when passengers are trapped in an elevator? Emergencies require quick, calm, and effective responses. How do you manage urgent elevator situations, particularly when someone is trapped inside? Describe the steps you take from the moment you receive the call. What safety protocols do you follow, and how do you communicate with the trapped passengers? Do you coordinate with emergency services, or is your team trained to perform rescues independently? Emphasize the importance of staying calm under pressure and following standard procedures. What tools or techniques do you use to manually open doors or reset systems? If you've experienced a high-pressure situation like this before, walk us through it. What actions did you take and what was the result? Your ability to respond quickly and safely demonstrates your skill and reliability. Also, how do you ensure the elevator is safe to operate again after the rescue? Do you perform a full system inspection or lock out the unit for follow-up service? Emergencies can test even the most experienced mechanics, so share how your training, judgment, and professionalism help you manage these critical moments with care and competence. I stay calm and go directly to the site. First, I reassure the passengers over the intercom. I disconnect power, follow lockout procedures, and use manual lowering if needed. If rescue requires fire services, I coordinate with them. After passengers are safe, I run full diagnostics to find the issue. I won't return the elevator to service until everything is tested and verified. Safety comes first, even under pressure, and I always document the event clearly. 6. Can you explain your experience working with elevator control systems and software? Elevators today rely heavily on computerized control systems. Share your experience with modern elevator software, PLCs, programmable logic controllers, or microprocessor-based systems. Have you programmed or adjusted control settings for speed, leveling, or door operation? What diagnostic tools do you use when troubleshooting control issues? Explain your comfort level with proprietary elevator software from manufacturers like Otis, Schindler, or Cone. Employers value mechanics who are not only mechanically inclined but also technically savvy. If you've worked on upgrades from relay-based systems to digital controllers, describe that process. How do you keep up with changing technology in elevator automation? Do you attend vendor training or get certified on specific systems? Include an example of when your familiarity with a control system helped you quickly identify a fault or optimize performance. The goal here is to show that you're comfortable navigating the digital components that modern elevators depend on. Your response should demonstrate a strong understanding of both hardware and software in elevator operations. I've worked with microprocessor-based controllers and PLC systems, adjusting door timing, leveling, and dispatch logic. I've used Otis and Schindler diagnostic tools to troubleshoot faults. My background includes upgrading relay-based panels to digital ones. I stay current with manufacturer updates and take online or in-person training. I once identified a faulty door sensor module through software logs, saving time and avoiding guesswork. I'm very comfortable working with both the mechanical and software sides of modern elevator systems. 7. How do you approach teamwork when collaborating with other technicians, engineers, or contractors on large elevator projects? Elevator projects often involve more than one mechanic and can require collaboration with engineers, inspectors, contractors, or building management. How do you handle teamwork in such environments? Describe a time when you worked on a large installation, modernization, or repair job that required cooperation across multiple teams. How did you communicate roles and responsibilities, and how did you ensure everyone was on the same page regarding the timeline and safety standards? Employers value mechanics who understand that elevators are part of a larger construction or operational system. How do you manage conflicts on-site, such as scheduling disagreements or differing interpretations of the project scope? Also, talk about how you stay flexible. Are you willing to take on tasks outside your core assignment to support the broader team goal? Effective elevator mechanics are not just technically proficient. They're also cooperative, dependable teammates. Share your thoughts on how trust and mutual respect affect job performance. Have you ever trained junior mechanics or coordinated with general contractors? These situations can test your patience and professionalism, so your experience with them will show your maturity and communication skills. Ultimately, your answer should demonstrate that you can thrive both independently and as part of a team to ensure that every project is completed safely, correctly, and on schedule. Teamwork is key in this field. On large projects, I coordinate with everyone, mechanics, contractors, and engineers, to align on goals and safety. I'm clear about tasks, and I step in to help others if needed. During a modernization job, I handled the control system and worked closely with electricians. If issues arise, I address them calmly and respectfully. I also enjoy mentoring new techs. Strong communication and respect make the whole job smoother and safer. 8. How do you stay current with advances in elevator technology and evolving industry standards? The elevator industry is constantly evolving, with newer models integrating advanced technology, touchless controls, AI-based dispatching, and energy-efficient systems. How do you keep up with these changes and ensure your skills remain current? Describe the steps you take to stay informed. Do you attend manufacturer training, read trade publications, or participate in union or company-led development programs? Learning doesn't stop after certification, and the best mechanics are those who stay curious and engaged. Explain how ongoing learning has helped you perform better in the field. For example, have you recently worked on a modern system that required knowledge you didn't have a year ago? How did you bridge that gap? Do you ever seek feedback or review past service records to identify ways to improve your performance? Also, touch on your familiarity with smart elevator systems that use destination dispatch or cloud-based diagnostics. Highlight your willingness to adapt, experiment, and seek out new knowledge. Employers are especially interested in mechanics who understand both the legacy systems still in use and the emerging technologies that are quickly becoming standard in modern buildings. Your proactive approach to learning shows your dedication to the trade and your ability to handle the industry's future demands. I take online courses, attend vendor training, and read updates from manufacturers and industry publications. I recently worked on a smart system with destination dispatch and used new diagnostic software I had just learned. Staying current helps me avoid delays and improves performance. I also talk with peers about new products and share tips. The technology moves fast, and I make sure I move with it. Being adaptable keeps me sharp and competitive. 9. What are some of the biggest challenges you've faced in this role, and how did you overcome them? Every job comes with its own set of challenges, and elevator mechanics often face high-pressure situations that test their technical ability and mental resilience. Can you share a specific example of a difficult problem you encountered on the job and how you resolved it? It could involve a persistent malfunction, a tight deadline, limited parts availability, or an unexpected failure in a high-rise building. How did you analyze the situation, prioritize actions, and make sure your solution was both safe and effective? If the issue involved client dissatisfaction or communication breakdowns, how did you handle that? Challenges also come in the form of weather, physical demands, or even scheduling. Being an elevator mechanic means working under varied and sometimes difficult conditions. How do you maintain your performance and composure when faced with such pressure? Employers want to hear about your problem-solving process, not just the result. So walk us through how you used your training, judgment, and experience to solve the issue and what you learned from it. A good response here will show that you're resourceful, composed under pressure, and committed to doing the job right no matter what comes your way. Once, I had to fix a high-rise elevator that kept stopping between floors, but the fault didn't show up in diagnostics. I rode the car and noticed it only happened under specific weight loads. I traced the issue to a faulty load sensor and replaced it. It was tricky, but I stayed calm, used methodical troubleshooting, and kept the client informed. Challenges like this test your skill, and I always focus on safe, lasting fixes. 10. Why do you believe this role is a good fit for you, and what do you hope to contribute to our team? As we wrap up, we'd like to know what draws you to this particular role and how you believe you can contribute to our organization. What about our company or the types of projects we handle appeals to you? Talk about how your strengths align with the job requirements, whether it's your technical knowledge, experience with specific systems, or strong work ethic. Do you see yourself bringing leadership or mentorship to a team of mechanics? Or perhaps you're particularly skilled in modernization projects, troubleshooting, or preventive maintenance. Highlight what makes you stand out and how your past experiences prepare you for this next opportunity. It's also helpful to mention your long-term goals. Are you looking to take on more responsibility, continue developing new skills, or become certified in newer technologies? Employers appreciate candidates who not only want to do the work, but who also want to grow and contribute to the success of the company as a whole. End by summarizing your approach to work. Are you reliable, detailed, safety-focused, or customer-oriented? A thoughtful and confident response will leave a strong final impression and show that you're serious about taking on this role. This role matches my experience and passion for elevator systems. I've handled complex installs, service calls, and upgrades, and I always prioritize safety and precision. I'm dependable, calm under pressure, and good at solving problems. I bring strong technical skills and a team mindset. I also look forward to learning your systems and supporting the team's success. I'm committed to doing quality work and helping the company move forward through reliable service. Thank you for the opportunity to share my experience. I'm confident in my ability to contribute to your team with skill, safety, and dedication. I look forward to potentially working together and helping keep your elevators running at their best.